one-liners.
You get used to it.
No.
This is the Bid Podcast, episode 5. I'm Keep It Slum.
Real just in case.
And we have our new co-host who was on our last episode.
Jamila, a.k.a. Miss Elise.
Okay, that's going to be your...
Yeah, that's what everybody calls me, Miss
All right,
Elise.
Miss Elise.
We trying to find you one.
We what?
Who do we call
I said
her?
we need to give her a stage name.
Miss Elise.
Miss Elise.
There you
All right, Miss Elise. That's going to be her stage name. But yeah,
No,
so this is our new
Instagram
co-host.
name, ain't
It is my
it?
Instagram
Yeah, you
name.
talking about stage name.
I'm just saying, our new co-host. So it's 3 of us now, the 3 amigos. We a team, we a family.
Hey.
Yep. Move this out the way because I can't hear myself.
Move this
Thank
on.
you. I
He
appreciate
said,
it.
turn my mic up.
Turn my mic up. Turn my mic up. Turn
So
my
what
mic
you
up.
wanted to get into, son?
I don't care. My mom said, don't say, if you don't got something nice to say, don't say it at all.
But you gonna say
But I just want to talk about Saul. What's her name?
Sawed.
Saul.
Y'all see it.
Saul.
Y'all see it.
In Wakanda, in the prom. And I'm going to let y'all talk about it because I don't want to be mean. Go ahead.
All I'm gonna say is I'm just happy she's doing something for the youth of Philadelphia.
Me too.
That's it.
I gotta say, I love everything she do. I support it, and I'm backing it.
I support her.
I support the gimmicks too.
I support
All
her.
of them?
Yes, man.
I support her. Maybe it's just not my taste in the gimmicks.
Because I look at them all like
But
when
I
somebody bring
support her.
Disneyland to the block, or Minnie Mouse, or
I get it.
Mighty Mouse, whatever their names are. I
Uh-huh.
look at it all like that.
Uh-huh.
You know, she brought Wakanda to the block.
She brought a whole movie to the block.
It's
Don't.
not my style, but I mean, like she's trying. This woman is taking her own money.
That's what I'm saying. I don't knock nothing. You do what you do. It's just my taste in certain things.
I
That's what it
understand
is.
that.
That's
But
all.
it's a ghetto to you.
Just a little bit. It is just a little bit.
My mom said if I don't
What's
got
more
something nice
ghetto
to say,
than
don't say it
bringing
at all.
Elmo. People bring Elmo, and Elmo twerk everywhere he do a block party at.
I don't say that ain't ghetto though. That is ghetto.
But you, nah.
I don't see him be like, yo, Elmo, like.
You said, when we had the debate about the previous one, you said, no, that's Disneyland or whatever I was talking about.
Yeah, you said
You was
Elmo
cool with that.
Wu-Tanging though. If you just bring in Elmo and you know,
But
you
what's
just
the
like, hey
difference just with
kids.
Elmo?
I'm just saying you saying hey kids
But
and
what's the
stuff like that.
difference? Is it something you just naturally say? So you look
Yeah,
at
maybe it's
regular?
that. Maybe it's that. I mean, it's just not my taste. Like that whole Wakanda thing was like, it's just not my taste.
So, without being rude,
Yes.
what was it like?
Oh, the whole the swords going back. The sword for a prom is just a whole lot. And maybe because of me, I didn't go with my prom. You remember? I didn't go with my
You
prom.
did.
I didn't
You
really
did.
care about a prom because my grandma said, "Listen, you can go on the prom or you can get this car." I said, "Man, there's gonna be many a parties.
And we
I'm
were
getting this
so
fucking car for
hyped that
college."
He had a car.
Yeah.
And we all
I'm getting
rode
a car.
around
and
in it.
the Millennia. And the Millennia back then was alright. For real. So maybe it's
My
that.
prom, we crashed girls' high prom. But they can't.
Maybe
do
it's that.
Like, they whole prom was across the street.
Mm.
So the whole brats went over there.
Just ignorant as shit. Y'all just was like, it's our prom now. I mean,
Right.
I went on my prom, but I didn't go all out like that. I mean, my mom's cousin made my dress, got my hair done, you know.
Mhm.
But for me, it was just like, I was going to college. I was more concerned with, give me that money because I need to buy these books. I'm going to have student loans. Like, I don't want to be, like, trying to take classes and work. So that's what I cared about. I think for me, I would love to see Saud and all the other people that are backing her
Don't get me wrong.
put this money
I
into that for them kids.
I
but
support Saw. I like you rocking out. You doing your thing. Kudos.
y'all
It's just
see
not
it.
my taste of what I would do with proms and stuff like that. That's all.
No, that's,
It's just not. It's be doing the most to me. Yeah, it's just like too much
but
for
that
me.
get the attention.
I know that's what you want. I guess.
Yeah.
I think she wants that. So.
They got
Uh-huh.
the warehouse or some
Right,
shit.
she want attention, right? And you know the thing is, I can't. You know, this is what I can't do
Because
because
everybody she did that prom
This-
for, she had to write an essay.
this is what I can't do because I know when somebody's
Yeah, they
probably.
did.
official.
So what I'm saying is, when I know somebody's probably passionate in their work or what they're doing, and they have a view of what they're passionate about, I can't never knock that because I got my own passion. Like we did that skit, "Yeah, the right thing." Somebody, I'm pretty sure people was like, "Man, that shit ass." And you know what I'm saying? Or like I would, you know what I'm saying? But it was my passion, it was my view, so I ain't gonna knock her. It's just prom.
But that's a
I don't know. It's just
I just think across the board, these kids are doing too much when it comes to prom.
It's just
for
too
me,
much
that's
with
what
prom.
It's not even like a Saw thing. It's not a Philly thing.
yeah,
Just across the board.
She just takes it. She's the king of it, the queen of it. My fault. She's the queen of it.
She everything. She the king, the queen,
She
the
the
royal
queen of
court. Like Saw is just
But
winning
even
in
her
that
taking
department.
it too far, people benefit. Other people that's taking it too far, it's just they prom went too far.
Yeah.
People, she helping paying for people to go on trips.
You know the crazy thing is, I seen a prom that had like the African theme. Maybe that's what I'm saying. The taste of it, the way it is, because I seen one that I liked, and it was just the taste. Like they got out the car. It was kind of like Coming to America's, but they didn't go like all out Coming to America's. But they had like the African dances. They walked into the hotel. And maybe it's just the taste of or how you do it. Yeah. The Wakanda thing was like swords getting swung and. They had skits going on. Wakanda, they used the whole movie joint. I was just like, yo, this is a lot for this prom.
It be a lot, but I just be thinking it's dope. I'm not going to lie. Just because I feel like she's doing everything with good intention, so I can't look at it and be like, oh, that shit too much. Because everything is just, the intention is good, so when I see it play out, I just look at it as a good thing.
Yeah.
I think who told me
and I'm not really seeing who's sword fighting. I'm just looking at everything being a good thing.
Yeah, it's a whole movie.
That's the hard part.
Then
when
not
you
really
know
looking.
that she actually really cares. Like she's doing it from like the
from
bottom of her heart.
And that's why it's hard for me to look at any type of way. Like I don't know. I don't just see it.
You can look at somebody, not the person, but just say that was just too much.
Right.
So,
I understand it, but
like I said, across the board, I just think they're doing too much with these proms.
Because there's some proms that go far, Like I seen a girl pull up in a casket. It was the thing where she.
I seen that.
The worst.
Like, that's doing too much. So
like dead.
Yeah, now that's now that I'm gonna say
It's no beneficial enough.
And the girl that was in the life-size Barbie box, like
I seen that one.
And then it opened up and she came out like, I'm a Barbie. Like, what is that? Like, how much did that cost? Is your tuition paid for next semester? That's all I want to know. That's all I want to know.
But even when the girl saw it.
Yeah, until they get that student loan payment request when they graduate. You're right. You're right.
But the girl saw her son had like a 4-year scholarship.
Right. He did. He goes to Del State and he's
that
apparently doing very well.
But I found out that was even more worth it of him having whatever joint he wanted.
I guess for me, if I'm going to spend $20,000 on a prom, I'm going to give you the trip of a lifetime. I'm going to pay for you and your friends to go travel the world.
That's
go
my
learn,
type of thing.
like get some experience. That's what I would do.
Yeah, that's
me. That's what I would do.
Because somebody else back. But that, I would make a savings bond for you.
You're right.
Somebody always would do something different.
But you gotta think too, it might be the kids as well. Mom, no, I gotta, this and that, and the third. A lot of our parents can say no to their kids, so it's like,
shit, mine did.
Right.
My dad, when I asked him for money for the prom, because I paid for most of my prom, my senior prom, on my own, and my mom helped me with a lot of things, and I was like, Dad, I just need money for my pictures. He was like, it's a hard world out here, baby girl. You'll figure it out.
That sounds like my mom.
Okay,
right.
And I did. I worked extra hours, saved my money, and I paid for my pictures. So
that's how That's what I said. I had an option.
But even that's different.
Car. Well, that's still being spoiled a little bit. But car or prom, I said.
But even that's different.
I've had a lot. We've been to a lot of parties.
She had $20,000.
Way better than some fucking prom.
She had $20,000 to spend for them.
Right.
My people might not have $20,000 to spend for them.
You right about that.
So that's also plays a difference.
Yeah.
Because you probably could got the prom and the
I'm
car.
calling the prom.
I'm
calling the proms. What's the word when you have like these big chains on gaudy?
Yeah.
These gaudy ass proms.
They are.
It's just too gaudy.
Yeah.
Bring it. You don't got to. You can do what you want, but they just gaudy, and now it's like gives a little bad little too gaudy.
I just want to know what these weddings are going to look like.
Huh? It's still gaudy.
Right.
Yeah, but it's still got a good.
It's still gaudy.
Yeah, I'm saying that, but it's still.
Well,
at least
I don't want to spend a whole lot. If the reason why I keep looking at this computer is because I left my charger. I was still gonna say it though because just in case we get a half an hour or something like that, I don't know.
We'll be back.
I'm looking at this battery. We'll be back next time. But we was talking about Roseanne. Well, you wanted to talk about Roseanne, so I looked it up a little bit. You look it up, honey? With Roseanne?
I know a little about it.
My mom used to be a big Roseanne. She used to watch Roseanne all the time. Mm-hmm. The show was like, guess what, redneck-ish?
Yeah.
In a sense, it's like a redneck type show and all that stuff. And Wanda Sykes was on this one, right?
Yeah.
On this episode. And then she tweeted something about Nazis that people got in the uproar about first. She said she did like a Nazi reference. And then, go ahead.
Dressed up like Hitler.
And she dressed up like Hitler? I didn't know that.
Roseanne got a picture dressed like Hitler. She
does the most.
Yeah.
She's like, but I'm a comedian, guys. It's funny.
She was dressed like Hitler.
Then she said the stuff about the lady that used to work at ABC. What's her name? I forgot her name. Yeah. But she said, like, if something is something, then I know I should have.
The lady that used to work with Obama?
Yeah, that used to work with Obama. I should have read it or knew the name.
Right now. Sorry, boo.
Right.
Sorry, boo.
But if you put this
like
together, yeah, looked like an 8. And then that's when ABC fired her and shit like that. And then Trump came to not to her defense, but you know how he switches shit around and make it about him. Or y'all ain't apologize to me when y'all did like false news or fake news or some shit like that.
Say what you want. Trump is a politician. He says he's not, but he is. And he uses all of those moments to be like, ooh, I can use this for my campaign trail.
I want to talk about Roseanne, but I'm going to say something. All these people knocking Ye and Kim and all this stuff. Now, this could be part of the plan with Trump. But all I'm saying is Kim Kardashian went to the White House and the black lady was fucking free. That's probably the most results we ever got throughout this whole campaign on our side, I guess you would say.
She's laying the groundwork. She's trying to be first lady in 2020. That's why.
All I'm saying, but people ain't talking about that, though.
Did they say Donald Trump called her to come to the White House?
No. So she contacted, from what I understand, Ivanka first. And Ivanka put her in touch with her husband, Jared. And then Jared got the ball rolling so that she could go and make this happen. Like, this was months in the works.
Yeah.
So even when Kanye was out here doing this thing, Make America Great Again, you know, endorsing Trump or whatever.
This was something in the works already.
She was already in the works doing this stuff, according to her. So, you know.
And you only could take her word for it.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is she went to the White House and a black lady got freed. But
it's like you can't argue about that.
I can't argue about right, but we can argue about everything else. Not on your side. I'm just talking about like
no.
People can argue about like this and that. This don't got nothing to do with giving no props to Trump. I'm just talking about the Kanye family and the Kardashian family. It's just like damn, like no, I'm not saying he right. I'm just saying like people spend a lot of energy on the negative. But they don't spend a lot of energy on maybe something that positive that they did. You know what I'm saying? Because there was a whole Ron Fest thing about Kanye and Donda and Ron Fest. Ron Fest, I feel like, was just trying to get publicity.
Right.
And you ain't spending the money for the Donda Foundation and stuff like that. And everybody was like 100K in tweets about that, the negative. But Kim go to the White House, they were still going in.
Yeah,
they went in on her, but this lady get freed, and there's not a tweet in the world going on. And I'm like, oh well.
That's because people just question their motives, and I think if this is a new lane that Kim is going to really step in, where she is going to get into this political side, really be about this social justice stuff. I'm happy this woman got freed. I know her family is, so no disrespect there, but I think Kim is going to have to continue to do these things in order for people to actually take it seriously.
Right.
Because it's like your husband was just kind of caught up in some like little fishy stuff. He was in a little hot water for a second. So then you go do this. So people, naturally are like, do you really care? Or are you doing this because now you're trying to say like, look, we really do good things for people. So I'm not saying anything negative against Kim. I'm happy she got the woman out. I'm just saying
she was part of the process.
Yeah, she was part of the process. Excuse me. But I just think she's going to have to continue to do these things in order for people to really think that she's really about this. Like, she's really about this life and she really cares.
Yeah, it's a genuine.
Because a month from now, she might post a couple more naked pictures on Instagram. I get it, but I'm just saying, there's a lot of people that would be like, see, all you wanted to do was direct people back to your page. And then are you getting ready to tell us that you got a new perfume getting ready to come out or something like that? So
but is that fair?
That's what I want to say. Is that fair to do? Because you know what her career is.
Because that's boxing in.
Yeah, like that's my career. This is what you know me to be is, I model or whatever and perfumes and stuff. So if I can't go back to my career.
That's like forcing me to be a politician or something and not go back to being what he was previously.
I'm not saying that she can't do her thing. I'm just saying that
people are going to look at it like that.
Yes, people are going to look at it that way, and you can't just all right, I'm going to do this one thing and then I'm going to bow out and I'm going to go back over here. And then when I want to show up again 6 months later or a year later, I want y'all to take me seriously. I'm just saying that, like, if she wants to do this, as my husband calls it all the time, parallel careers, she can run parallel careers. Right. You can be that woman that is, you know, very confident in your body, post your naked pictures, you're this social media maven, you do all these things, but then you're still about social justice. But you have to continue to do these things at the same time. You can't just pick and choose when you want to step in the lane and then when you want to bow out. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, but it's to be seen. But I really don't have an opinion one way or the other. I'm just happy that there's somebody that was able to get free. Somebody's home, reunited with their family at the end of the day.
You see the video of her running across the street?
So happy.
She was happy.
Like, give us free.
We took like Good Burger or something.
I don't know. I just seen her
they
just
better have
running
done more
across
than take us to some damn Good Burger.
Like checkers and
I'm just glad she's free.
Like, damn, there's some fried
food. Listen, I'm telling y'all right now, if I'm ever locked up for 10, 20 years, don't take me to nobody's Checkers. Don't do that. Don't take me to Checkers.
A long time ago.
That
shit, like, I really felt like
you better at least take me to Chick-fil-A and get me some waffle fries and a cookies and cream milkshake. But listen, all right.
But if you lock up for 10, 20 years, Checkers gonna be like fucking Del Frisco's.
Right. I go to Checkers.
Because a drunk night, Checkers could taste like Del Frisco's. Real drunk night. And Checkers is better than anything in the world.
And they got that $1 large fry right now, too. So you're right.
They got a
just because it's too salty.
They do. I saw the sign on 95.
Yeah. Like, I can't eat nothing no more that's $1. That's a large.
She gonna go to 50 cents. Right. Like, she gonna be 50 cents soon.
It's crazy. Cause
a burger 50 cents. You know there ain't no real fucking ain't no.
That's
real
why I don't eat meat
beef,
now anyway.
Y'all know
I don't eat meat.
Everybody,
I
got a lot of friends around me that's doing that.
What you watch?
It's like right now they all doing that. And that's crazy.
With the health?
Yeah, with the health.
So
I turned a lot of people into
vegetarians. Years ago, like 4 years ago, I decided, you know what? I'm over this. So I gave up chicken, beef, turkey, and I was only eating seafood. And then I slowly transitioned to vegetarian. And at one point I was vegan. And you'll remember I was hella skinny.
Yo, you was.
I just got I lost
I thought you were smoking weed.
Everybody was like, what's wrong? Like, I lost 60 pounds.
Yeah, she was really sick.
My mom used to come to my house. She would check my cabinets to make sure I had food because she didn't think I was eating. I just had this very restrictive diet. And then I met my husband. We started dating. This fool kind of brought me back into the other side. He brought me back to the dark side. So I'm somewhere in between. He grew up a vegetarian. He was raised that way.
He ain't going back if he changed.
He he eats chicken and that kind of stuff now. But I would say for the most part, we live a 70% vegetarian diet, and then 30% of the time I might eat seafood. Okay. He'll eat chicken, but he doesn't really eat anything else.
Shit, that's
because I only eat chicken and turkey.
That's it.
Yeah.
Chicken and beef, no.
I don't eat no red meat.
The only meat I don't eat is the pork. Fish. Pause. But that's the only thing. I'm still bad, and I'm trying to figure out a way to. A lot of my friends now are doing they'll just eat fish right now. You know what I'm saying? And everybody's doing that around me for some reason. I don't know if that's a sign. Yo, Reese, maybe you should start doing that.
Yeah, I mean, red meat about.
Sometimes it's a little bit easier to track that, but even still, you gotta be careful because if you're eating a lot of seafood, one, you gotta make sure it's wild caught and it's not farm raised, and then two, it can't be
farm raised.
You don't want farm raised stuff.
I thought that was supposed to be good.
You want it wild caught. That means it really was out there in the water, in the nature, and somebody went,
I don't see nothing that says wild caught then. Nothing
as opposed to something that man had to do with this coming into being. You know, that's what happens.
You'll catch it acting, you'll have it, but it's
Yo, that's what I'm saying, because they will promote even with dog food and stuff like that, they promote that stuff farm raised as this is the healthiest. And now we're psychologically thinking, it's farm raised. This shit. No. But you're right though.
Wild caught.
They gotta be wild caught. I caught this shit with my bare hands.
Basically.
And we took this shit.
Basically. Fresher than that.
What, wild caught?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but at the same time,
the only thing wild caught is gonna be fish then.
Ocean and all of that.
Ocean.
But that's what I'm saying. But you still have to be careful though, because even if it's wild caught, that it's not even real.
I heard tilapia's not a real. I don't know.
30 years ago,
I heard it's not a real fish or some
30
shit.
years ago, tilapia didn't even exist.
They made this fucking tilapia.
It tastes like chicken. Tilapia is the chicken of the ocean, all right? Or the,
I don't eat
whatever,
tilapia
the
no
chicken
more
of the
because
sea.
of it, though.
Right.
I'm just saying, I don't mess with it either.
I don't eat tilapia.
I be hearing broccoli ain't real.
So
Wait, what?
broccoli was something that from what I understand,
cauliflower and
Yeah.
it was something else, and they mixed and it
but that
and
happens.
genetically.
That happens a lot though, so we
Yeah.
can't just.
So broccoli is
The-
evolution.
It is, if you want to look
It's
at it that way.
yeah, so it's still natural. It's
Yeah.
evolution. Yeah. So that's just natural shit. It ain't like a man sit here and I'm gonna make.
Yeah, it's
broccoli.
not like somebody's in the lab. Like, all right, well, let's add a little bit of this H2 this and CO that. Scientists out there, I apologize. I don't know these things. I'm just saying it. But I'm just saying, like, it's not like somebody's in the lab, cooking it up.
What was it? Sunflower seed. I don't think I'm pronouncing it right. It's at Trader Joe's, but this shit good. Peanut butter. Sunflower seed peanut butter. I believe that's what it is.
Probably was.
This shit is good. It tastes just like peanut butter and got a little sunflowery taste. But that shit is good.
It's probably
though.
all natural. Didn't
All
have a lot of
natural.
sugar
Oh,
in
man.
it.
I said I could make a sunflower
drink
seed
coconut oil?
and jelly sandwich.
I
for real.
do. I do cook a lot of things with coconut oil. Yes.
I
do.
drink it.
You drink
You
it?
drink coconut
like
oil?
you just
No, I
be
mix
like,
it with something.
That's-
No, I mix it with like a little bit of juice. Because
Really?
what is fat,
it is. It is.
but it's healthy fat.
Yeah, it's healthy fat. I mean, you still gotta watch it. You don't
Right.
want too much, but
But yeah, I be drinking it because they said it attacks bad fat in you.
coconut oil is just good for you. Period.
So
Put it in my
we asking you like you're
Listen, rub it all on your skin, be all
In my beard.
glistening.
In my beard.
but not that coconut oil.
No, it
What
is.
type of
It's the
coconut?
same thing.
Raw organic coconut
Oh,
oil. Like,
alright.
go get
I
the
thought
jar.
you
You
talking
can
about
put it
the
in your
jar.
hair. You can put it on your face. You
But the
can
jar got a lot of chemicals in it, don't it? But you
not
said
all.
raw.
That's what I said. Raw organic. Like, you got to still pay attention. You got to pay attention to all that stuff.
Right.
I mean, I'm still learning. I make a lot of mistakes. I buy things, as my husband likes to say all the time. You like to experiment with my stomach. I do, but not like in a, oh, you gonna have the Bee Gees tomorrow type way. It's more like, oh, let's just see. Like, I read about this. I want to try. Like, let's see
That's
if
how
it's
it be,
gonna
though.
be. You know.
That's how, like, I gotta get my shit right. Because I know I eat bad. So I need to start, like, just trying. I had a vegan cheesesteak. I didn't
Those
like it.
omega 3s or
But you
fish
gotta
oil
be
pills or
cautious
something.
with that because you don't even know how much fish oil is actually in it.
He take fish pills and stuff like that.
And they like this big.
No, I can't.
Yeah.
You
I had a
know?
vegan cheesesteak one time. It was okay.
Oh, listen, I know a couple
I
places.
didn't
where you
really
get
like
them.
it, but it wasn't, like, nasty.
Where was it from? Where'd you
So
get
it
it
was
from?
so this was I had like the second job that I was doing. I'm not gonna say what the name of it. Whatever. I was doing the second job. Yeah, I was doing it. Yeah, I'm not plugging them. Can't stand them. But I had the second job, and they brought in a chef that makes vegan food. So we had it at the office.
Okay.
So he had cooked the vegan cheesesteaks for the employees.
All right.
Yeah, it was that type of thing. It was.
I know a
alright.
few places where you could get a really, really good vegan cheesesteak. I mean, it's not the same as a regular one, but it's enough that it's going to give you that feel, and you're going to be like, all right, I'm rocking with this. I've converted a couple of people.
I gotta try it.
So,
I have a cheesesteak.
but I'm not going to plug
He
them
don't
because
have
they
steak.
ain't
The last time
sponsoring the show right now.
he had red meat, he got sick. I remember that shit. It was a cook. It was not really a cookout. It was just our niggas cooking, and he said, "Yo, this red
And I
meat got
thought it
me
was like
sick."
a turkey burger or something.
Mm.
I don't know how I got confused.
You thought it was a
Yeah,
turkey
because
burger?
they don't
you sick.
even, they don't
Look
even
alike.
look the same.
But you know, it just
You have been drinking?
exactly.
Oh, there you go. That's what it was.
So
You was
a
feeding
problem.
that
He's
liquor.
like, Yo, I
Right,
got
and
it.
I know I'm just grabbing shit,
He's like,
knowing
yeah.
everybody eat red meat.
But the
And I was
real,
ready to throw up. I was sweating, and it was cold out.
I think
Oh,
a lot of
no.
these. And another scary thing is like, I don't know. I don't want to put that out there in that atmosphere, but it's like cancer is just crazy right now. So it's just like a lot of this stuff just seem like it's in the food. And
Not
it's like
just
you gotta
the
watch
food.
that shit. Like, yo, this shit crazy.
It's everything. Like, as a
The
woman,
air, yeah.
the products that you put on your
Right,
skin,
right.
you're like worried about it. Like, I love my gel manicures, and the last time I went, I told my nail technician, like, Ellen, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not getting gel. I'm going back to regular polish. And she was like, why? You've been getting it for the last 5+ years. And I was like, because I've been reading articles and they keep talking about how these UV lights cause cancer. And I don't want my hands to look old. So then
You know
I
what
went
I wanna
online
do?
and found like manicure gloves that I can use. So it's like,
you know what I
you
want
gotta
to look
worry
up?
about all
and
that.
we can talk about it on another episode. I want to look at how much what's the percentage of cancer here versus other places? Like I would think like Africa. How many people die of cancer in Africa?
But somebody told me it's low in China.
I can see that.
They controlling all the
They're
stuff.
the ones that
they
catch
only
everything.
selling it over here to us.
I'm sorry, I don't want to say that. They eat dogs and stuff. Like they just raw
But
with it.
I always say I don't eat it, but I will eat Chinese food before I eat McDonald's.
Fuck yeah.
I'd rather eat something naturally that
I
don't
get wings
eat
and I always say I'm about to
than
eat some
chemicals.
cat.
Yo, did you see? Nobody saw that video about how like
They
make
frying
rice?
them dog.
All
Oh.
they rice is like
What-
made out of paper.
Did
It's
you
not
see
even
that
real
on
rice.
Facebook?
No, but like I've been seeing those things
I use
floating
some
around,
paper.
but a lot of that, in the words of our dear Trump, fake news. Like how
That's
there's
not-
that video of like the fake lettuce and stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of times those are things that they're making, but they're using it to do
For
like food shoots and
displays.
stuff. But somebody is taking the videos and then putting it out there on the internet,
that's-
trying to get you to think that they're
Exactly.
serving you fake food. So
Yeah,
I don't
right.
want to do that. I got a
I
lot
do
of friends
think
that
they
are Chinese.
I
I
know
don't
okay.
want to
my
disrespect
mom-
them.
Oh, sorry.
and-
So me saying they eating dog is.
I mean, around the world, delicacies are delicacies. So a lot of people eat a lot of different things around the world. So I'm not going to say that people don't. But I'm just saying, like, I've seen those
But she
videos,
is saying
but then I've also seen in the background
Chinese
behind
people
it.
might be not the only one eating dog.
I know.
Look,
So we can't live
listen.
with
some
it.
of the
a
fools
lot of
that
these
live around the
bars-
corner might be cooking up,
It's no
Roscoe.
different. This is what I'm saying.
Right.
So you don't know.
If it's something I don't like, I just
It's
never
not
had.
like
it.
chicken
I
and
put
black
dog with rabbit, and there's bars and stuff that will feed you rabbit. So it's in the same
Oh,
token with me.
shit.
Like,
Yeah.
they'll be like, I seen some shit like a bar where I'm at.
People that eat
It was
rabbit,
rabbit
won't
soup.
eat dog.
I
I'm about
said,
to say.
ew, man, rabbit soup.
You
I'm
know.
not eating no fucking thumper.
People eat
Yeah, I'm not
turtles,
eating bunny
Bumper,
food.
whatever the fuck you call it.
I can't eat bunny fufu.
Bunny
I can't.
fufu? Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the
like-
same
oh,
as you
no.
eating dog to me. So it ain't just because it's Chinese
You eat
people.
lamb?
Yeah, now I'll fuck up some lamb. Some lamb chops. Yeah, you.
And
trip.
see, once you like,
Lamb is good.
and this is where I feel conflicted as somebody who still eats
Lamb
seafood
chops.
here and there. Once you've made that transition to stop eating like other animals, animals, living beings, you think about it like you talking about the lamb, and I'm like, oh, that was once living out here. But they are
They
not
don't blink
living in
their
the
eyes 'cause they
same
ain't got
kind of
eyes
way.
and
Like
that talking.
I'm not gonna go visit yes, you could go walk
They
around
stand
and
there like
see
they
like the greenery, but I'm just saying like I'm not gonna go visit a giraffe in the same way that I would go look at a horticulture. Y'all know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
It's just like you see, this was a living being. This came from a family, and we just cooking
What's
it
the
up.
This
We
is the only
just
thing I'm
cooking it
trying to
up.
figure out.
Because animals
It's
got
no.
nerve systems. I don't think plants do.
It don't matter. This is the thing, though. We are a species, and the species survives off of things. A lion will sit here and tear a fucking buffalo to pieces. We are
True.
humans, and we go ahead and do. I don't see no difference, so I never let that get to me, because it's a species that we take something and we eat it, just like a lion has
It
to
is.
in their habitat. They take what they want to survive. We don't gotta survive off of meat.
But see, that's
We
the thing.
choose to.
That's the thing.
'Cause
We
I'm
don't
like,
have
yeah, right.
to.
A lion ain't gotta. I don't want
No,
to be
that's
wrong.
their instinct.
That's their instinct.
It's not human instinct.
That we don't.
It is
have
it's part
to.
of it now.
No, because we don't have to.
We don't got to.
We don't-
Yeah,
we don't
right.
have to.
Instinct is I'm gonna
Yeah.
be
You
vegan.
can be just
Right.
as satisfied
Like-
with some rice and beans.
Well, hold
Okay.
on. What predator is is not vegan. I'm about to say what predator is vegan. What predator only eats like plant-based stuff?
Is it hippos and
Not hippos.
Y'all asking me too many questions right
Nah,
now. I don't know.
It's
I don't
it's
know.
I
like
think-
one of them ferocious animals that just eat plants. It's plant-based.
No, because I think it's,
Yeah, I think it is a
I think-
plant-based animal.
it's a lot of them. It ain't
It's
just
a lot of
one
them, right.
specific. I think it's hippos, if I ain't mistaken. I'm thinking about the large animals.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
And I think it's hippos,
Elephants.
elephants, it was something else.
There was a dinosaur back in the day. They said that was plant-based.
Yeah.
It was a dinosaur. The long neck
yeah.
one was
Probably not.
plant-based.
If they're not out there
don't
seeking
know.
prey, they're probably
Uh-huh.
not predators.
Well, not predator. They could be. Shit.
An elephant?
Fuck yeah.
But it's so-
Listen, a
so
lion. Do
big
you
and
see a lion
gentle.
fuck with an elephant? There's a reason why a lion doesn't fuck with an elephant.
Hashtag
I'm trying to
size
tell you.
matters.
I'm just saying, there's a reason why a lion don't fuck with an elephant. That's all I'm saying. They could be predators if they wanted to.
But they do fuck with elephants when they in packs. You watch the Discovery Channel?
Oh
I
yeah,
used
because
to.
we know that you like to watch
Yeah.
the Discovery Channel.
You watch this thing? Because I watch.
If they in packs, they will attack anything.
You watch. Mating.
Nah, I ain't no freak.
Okay.
It's,
Like,
but it's nature. I like the penguins.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love to watch the different specials about the
I watch them
penguins.
sometimes. Like right now, I think it's alligator mating season.
See, you
Really?
watch mating.
Yeah.
You watch this mating. How the fuck you know it's alligator mating season? You don't watch
think
it.
right now
That's
it
that
is.
specialty
It is
porn.
alligator mating season right now.
That's what that is.
Right?
He said, you ain't gonna find this on Pornhub.
Oh no! Unless you go to like page 99
Page 99, or it just pop up when you watching regular porn.
on the display screen.
Yeah, like the spam shit. It just pop up and just
Nah.
pop up with
You
like
gotta
some
type
shit.
this
What
in.
the
Watch
fuck?
these alligators get it in.
Right?
That's
Okay,
nasty.
and click. I'm
Tigers
just saying,
going
I really
wild.
like to watch the penguins. It's really cute to see how they just waddle over.
Lord.
Toot, 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 toot. There's like certain penguins that like live out in, like they're not in the cold. Somebody's listening to this right now, like, she don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, I'm just saying, they're not in like the typical, like stereotypical, like cold environment like you see when it's mating season.
Mhm.
Like the packs of the women come like hopping down like this hill, and they're in almost like the, I don't know how to describe it,
Oh,
but it's
they
like a
don't
grassy
slide down?
area. No, they don't come slide down. It's not ice.
Right.
Go home, look it up, and then
Yeah,
y'all
I
see
see.
what I'm
I'm
talking
not watching.
about.
I watch stuff like I like to watch stuff about the universe. Like this certain things, like how things came about,
watch that
or
too.
supposedly
Sometimes
science.
I
Just
get confused.
you know, just like the universe. Yeah. I don't take it. I just like watching it. I just like watching it.
On my Instagram.
Uh-huh.
And I just be looking at it. By
You follow NASA. That's a boring ass shit to follow. Cause yeah.
I follow.
Right.
But I want a
What?
telescope. I always wanted to go and Group Find and buy one. But I always think about that sun. That's the only thing that stopped me from buying one.
What?
Because I don't want to go over there and look. Well,
Look at what?
Are you afraid of what you're going to see?
What are you talking about?
the joint? I know I'm probably getting confused. That's not the telescope. Is it? I know you know.
Why would I know?
But
The telescope
what are you
look
afraid
into
to
the
see
stars. No, I said I'd be scared to look at the sun.
though? Why?
So I don't know if I'm gonna get some type of eye damage.
Then don't look at the sun.
Yeah, like,
That's the problem. I don't know.
You
how
would
I'm
be
gonna
the
control
one
my-
you can
Yeah,
control
like,
yourself.
Oh,
I
shit, I
got
got
caught.
caught.
let me just see
That's
this.
true.
Let me
Remember
just
the,
peek real quick.
Yeah, you
Listen.
So you were that person that when they had the special little glasses
I
they
would
told
look
you to
up.
wear,
You look right.
you looked up anyway?
Listen,
Yeah.
this is a
Oh,
Trump
okay.
moment
But I
because
kept my situation tight. My eyes, they weren't protected.
I did-
They
I
still
did-
here to this day.
I did that last year. Remember the eclipse or whatever that happened?
Yeah.
And I did that. I couldn't help myself. I walked out of the job and I looked up and they said, "You better not look up." I thought I was blind. You know how you just in my
See.
head just start running now because it's like, yo, I don't see right like I used to. I just had one of the moments. But you remember when
Then
they
you
said,
understand why I probably
yeah, I can't do it. But you
Not
remember
me.
you remember
But
they
I'm
had
buying
the internet winning on Trump on it
Yeah.
because he was at the White House like this with no glasses.
Yeah, that was funny though. He just
It was like this. They said
he looked like the nosy neighbor
tell
up
you
the
how
block
the
just
fuck you look
looking.
They said this nigga dumb as all his shit. He like,
Yeah, but sometimes that shit start getting confusing. Because I
Nah,
really want to know about the black holes.
they exist.
And they
yeah,
confuse
they
it.
can-
When they explain them.
because they don't know. It's confusing for
Exactly.
everybody.
Fill up my cup.
It's still feeling, it's still. Dang, they supposed to have I think a mission where they supposed to be prepping
sending
some.
people to
Yeah,
the
somebody's
moon.
supposed to go to Mars.
Really?
But I think they have something going on where they're trying to prep that and get somebody to Mars.
I heard they sending people to the moon. The trip is like $10 million.
Yeah,
I'm
By
good.
with that.
2020. I want to go.
I'm good.
Go ahead.
If I had
And make
$10
sure
million,
before you
I'd-
leave, you have your
I'm
affairs in order. You know,
Right.
have everything all spelled out.
I'm
Who
alright.
gets what?
I'm cool.
I definitely document it though.
What do you think about people that think the world is flat?
Dumb.
That's not even right.
Just dumb. So y'all just gonna refute science. Those are the same people that don't believe
Well,
in global
physics.
warming
Right.
or any of that. Like we have hundreds of years of research, and you just gonna be like, but I really
Don't
think
you
there's
it's
an
just
end somewhere.
logical?
No, but
Ain't
you
that just
look
a
at the
logical
sky,
thing?
it could give you that oval shape.
Right.
So-
That's what I'm
At
saying.
some
It's,
point.
I think and they really be serious. Like what's his name? B.O.B. Corny. Sorry.
Womp.
But B.O.B. Like the earth is flat. It's just too logical. It's like, bro, You travel all around the world. Nobody has fell off the face of the fucking earth. Problem solved. That's all you need to know.
I think some people just like to have a different, opinion just because. Just because.
You ain't gotta even know physics or law. It's just problem solved. Has somebody fell off the face of the earth?
No, but when you look at the sky,
because if it's flat, you can see the oval shape. And I don't want to even go there because you can see the oval when you look in the sky.
Because you can
look up in the sky and you can see.
Just
you know what I'm saying?
He's dumb.
You can peep the oval, but just go off of traveling. Does anybody fell off if it's flat, you gotta fall off the face of the fucking earth at some point. If it's flat.
True.
Oh, you're not talking about it. But we've been in, so all this shit is just flat. Antarctica. Then I'm thinking like season wise, like weather wise. So everybody would really have the same fucking weather then. If it's flat, it's just really like.
True.
How the fuck did that happen? And that's when you get into physics and stuff.
That's when I go sit down in the corner because that's not my part of the world to be speaking on.
Who else thought the world was flat? Somebody else thought the world was flat.
Kyrie Irving.
I think he was trolling.
And these are people that we just say, okay.
No, he was dead serious.
He was dead serious too?
Yeah.
And you just say, okay, and just let them have their moment.
Right, because I don't
whatever.
I can't argue with the world not flat because that don't make sense to me. So it is one of my.
It's not even an argument.
Yeah. I'm talking about.
Thank you. Certain things. Then what is the point? Like you already know that they just sound stupid. So why waste your breath? Be like, okay, then keep walking, and then just move on. Whatever.
Right.
Some arguments, like it's just not even worth having.
Right. I just don't see how people think the world is fucking flat. I just don't get the shit. I don't. It's just dumb to me. I can't really,
What was I say? Did y'all hear about what y'all think about Chris Rock saying he don't want his former president being an executive producer of a Netflix show?
His former president?
Wait, Obama is being executive producer.
Oh yeah, I know he got the Netflix joint. Yeah.
Chris Rock said it. I understood what he meant.
I didn't hear that,
I
but you guys explained it to me.
let me know.
He said,
why does he have this reservation?
Because it was a joke. But he looked at it as, it's a joke with a truth. Because it's like, you could be doing something bigger. Like, when I think of Obama, I think of them sending African kids to the moon. Why
do we always want to send kids from Africa somewhere? Pause. I'm going to let you get back. But why is that the first thing that we always say? Let's go get them kids from Africa. Let's go feed them kids in Africa.
Right. Like it's something, yeah.
Thank you.
Right.
They are laughing at us every time we say that. Like, y'all broke asses.
Right. A lot of my clients are African. I love my people. They don't like us.
Yo, they don't.
But this is what I'm gonna say on that is, if I'm looking at it from Obama's, this is me. If I was in that position,
but
I was the first.
It was like a joke.
Yeah, it was a joke, right? But if I'm in that position and I'm a black person, I was the first black president. And I had that influence because he had a big influence on the country, period. Influence is probably like one of them key things, like to get people to push to do things. So I have to be in the spotlight a little bit, or I would want to do a Netflix, because a lot of people love our story. A lot of people adapt, and you know what I'm saying, or they absorb to us. So that is a big piece in helping. I don't want to say humanity, but just helping people feel like, hey, I can do this, I can do that. And it just seemed genuine. So you look at the Obamas, you really feel like there's no scratch, there's no scrape. You get what I'm saying? There's no scratch,
right.
There's no scrape.
It just was a funny thing.
It's just I feel like them doing the Netflix is perfect.
He can do whatever he wants.
Yeah, he definitely can do. But you just
Uncle Barry, you can do whatever you want. Okay.
Sometimes you expect it to be like something so dramatic instead of being like executive producer of Power, Obama.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying.
Like, I expect that.
Not Power though.
Executive
not
producer.
Power. Not Power.
Right,
we gotta draw the line somewhere.
Obama.
So
we gotta draw
that
the line
was the
somewhere.
human joke in it.
Right.
You know, it's like, it's funny. You know, I appreciate everything.
But you know, it's people's passion. Right. You know, just because you're president don't mean your passion might be to do this or do that. You ain't gotta. That's when what you said earlier, being in the box in the sense. I don't gotta be in the
He's still
box
a
because I'm
person.
Obama and I gotta be. I gotta go to the the upper echelons of everything I do. Maybe I just want to executive produce some shit now.
Listen,
you know what I'm saying?
When Barack threw that black as hell party at the White House,
that shit was live.
That let us all know right there that.
Oh, they swag and surf out the White House. Nothing but niggas swagging and surfing. Swag and surfing. Yeah.
Classic.
When he threw that party, it was in that moment. I was like, yes, that man is more than just what we see on TV every day. He had a life before the White House, and now he's living his life after the White House.
What Charlamagne said?
If an executive producer could become president, a president could become executive producer.
Fuck yeah.
There you go.
What
I
was Ronald
agree
Reagan?
with Charlamagne.
Ronald Reagan was an actor, right? Wasn't Ronald Reagan an actor?
He was.
He was
and that was the turning point in American politics. Yeah. He was one of that. A lot of historians say that was the turning point because you no longer really had to be about this political life in order to represent the people. You just had to be able to connect with the people.
And guess who pimped that shit the fuck out? Trump. You see, you ain't gotta be none of this. You ain't even gotta be smart. But he is smart. He's smart at what he does. He doesn't give a fuck about a lot of shit. And probably not in tune with a lot of shit. But the way he got in and what he's doing to stay in after all this shit.
Yeah.
It's like Hitler. We know Hitler's I'm not putting Trump and Hitler in the same token, but it's like we know Hitler's a badass person.
Yeah.
But we cannot sit here and say Hitler was not a fucking genius in a sense.
I will say
you get what I'm saying? And that's nothing. That's a sick mind. But he was a smart individual.
But people study his leadership styles. There are universities that offer courses in leadership, and they primarily focus on Hitler simply because, not that they agree what he did, because we can all say,
hideous
wrong,
person.
wrong, yes.
Hideous
person.
But if he's a genius, he was a genius.
But
I'm not going to call him a genius.
I'm not going to say genius, my fault.
I'm just going to say
he was smart.
The way in which he used his leadership skills to carry out this horrific thing,
he was smart.
The Holocaust. People are studying that just to see, like, how do you, someone who doesn't even identify as the Aryan race, like, he didn't have blonde hair, he didn't have blue eyes, but he convinced people that this is what you were supposed to look like.
Let me backtrack that because I feel like genius is more in a positive light.
No, it ain't him.
I know you can be the evil genius.
On the Bid podcast, we do not support anything that Hitler did. No.
None of that shit, but evil genius. Or just smart. I'm just going to leave it at that. This is a smart individual. So I'll put Trump in, he dumb as fucking doornails and shit.
But he could be a marketing genius.
But he's a business marketing genius in that type of light.
And with marketing.
I don't know no president that can get away with what the fuck he's got away with and still be there not getting impeached.
Listen, he did not come from a political background, but he learned
another white man could get away with No, they tried to get Clinton out of there fast.
Because Clinton wasn't doing that.
Clinton was black, y'all.
Yeah. Clinton wasn't doing that.
Supposedly, but then shit got out that Clinton did a lot of shit that fucked us over to this day.
Yeah. But black people do a lot of stuff that fuck over other black folks. We keep ignoring that. That's what I'm saying. Like, think about it. Like, I will not name any names of the organization, but there's a woman that I had to deal with on a regular basis who every time I encounter her, she looks at me like she's the only good Negro around. And she just assumes that every time I'm coming to ask her a question.
She the uppity Negro?
Like, and she looks at me like, you really can't do that. You can't. And I'm like, ma'am, I've never been arrested. I've never done anything wrong. I'm the last person that you need to be looking at like, ooh, she's a bad girl. But she looks at me and she looks at all other people of color the same way. She's the one on the plantation that's not on the plantation. She sold us out.
And she in a house, but it's cool to be in a house, but then you sell us out. She want to know.
I mean, I might have been in the house, but I'd have had attitude.
No, I'm not because people. No,
because I'd have been spitting in somebody's water. I'd have been in the house.
No, because a house nigga, I look at a house nigga not just like because
Thank you. I'm just saying.
I think there was house niggas that like cook, maids. They was dark like, you know what I'm saying? They was dark like but there was house niggas in the sense because of what they could do in the house, like they could cook. So that's how I look at a house nigga like a sellout in a sense.
All right.
Because a house nigga, they could have just been cooking. They the ones that take care of the white folks' kids and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And as dark as fucking I'm gonna say it again. But
they probably weren't house niggas. They probably worked in the house.
No, that's their full time.
But I'm saying some went back to.
You think you could take a break from a kid?
Some house niggas just had a house. We had a room in a house.
In
or
the basement. Wait a minute, they wasn't in the house.
Well, now you get a room to
they
yourself.
was in the basement.
That's what they be.
And the only reason why they were in the basement is because
Yeah,
either Massa or Massa's wife was coming to creep and didn't want to have to go across the lawn to go get them in the middle of the night. That's the only reason why they had somewhere to stay in the house. Let's be perfectly clear.
I tell my
turn with house nigga.
So I say this, and we talk about the ancestry stuff, but I say this because a lot of my family's light skinned, like really light. Like my grandma, you ever seen her? Mm-mm. She like your complexion might be lighter, just a tad bit.
Oh, bless
but her
heart.
brothers and stuff and sisters, some of them were real light too. And I used to always think like, who fucked Master? I used to think like, who fucked Master?
I know where the white comes from in my family. Like I know exactly where it comes from. It goes
like,
back a couple generations,
Master?
but I know exactly
because
where it comes from.
This is too light.
Is that always true though?
Not for everyone, but I can say for mine, like for real, like I know that my mom, both of her parents, they both were of mixed race. Like my grandmother, she talks about her mother. No, but I'm just saying, like directly, my grandmom talks about. She's like, my mother wasn't a black woman. She was white and she was Cherokee Indian. Like she's like, I remember when my aunts used to come to town and they had long black hair and they would tie it up in buns and they would come cook in the house and they would go disappear. And she's like, I knew what my grandfather's name was. His name was Gatson Edie. Like I know that about that side of my family. My mom talks about how on her dad's side, like her father's, I guess, dad or grandfather, they called him Prince Randy. This white man could get drunk in the middle of the street and pass out in town. And all they would do, the cops would just pick him up and take him home. So like I know that about my family because I sit down and talk to my elders.
As a black person, how precious that is to have that. Like, I just wish I could have some type of like, I can go back and do this. You can't do that shit.
My mom probably your complexion. I know that's probably crazy because people don't be.
Your mom is a little bit dark. This a little bit.
She about her complexion.
She about her complexion? Okay.
Yeah. My grandma lighter than that.
Right.
My grandma. My grandma, her dad is Cherokee Indian.
Right.
I think her mom is Jewish.
Really?
Yeah. So that line is mixed up all crazy. Like you seen my nephew.
Yeah.
He's
nephew light.
Is how complexion?
Yeah, like how? Yeah, like
light
eyes. Right.
So our DNA on that side is all mixed up. It's some dark skin. Like my mom had triplets.
Really?
2 dark skin, 1 light skin.
Dang.
So the DNA is all mixed up.
Those recessive genes when they
Right.
kick in.
Like, I can't.
No,
he ain't triplet.
So the DNA is all mixed up on my side of the family. Like
I am one of the lightest people in my family. Even when you look at my cousins that they do have like a white parent. Like I'm still one of the lightest ones. Like there was a running joke for a long time. They called me white girl. Right. And I used to hate it. I would sit outside and I would just I would try and bake because I wanted to get darker. I did not like being this light.
I'm going to say this. My grandma used to tell me a story when I was younger. And this is just let you know as black kids of how we, not knowing things. She said, you used to tell people I was white. I was like 4 or 5. I was like, my grandma white. Just not knowing. Mm-hmm. And it was like, you used to tell people like I was white. Because she's so, you know what I'm saying? Just being a young kid and just not knowing. Like, oh, my grandma white. And she like, you used to tell people that.
But that's funny.
And I was like, God damn, I did?
Because I was playing with my nephew telling him my name Peter Parker. I was telling my nephew my name Peter Parker.
He a sellout.
I was telling him I was Spider-Man and shit. He said, you can't be Spider-Man. You ain't white.
And he's like
but it's like he noticed that.
The first, and it's so crazy because.
And he's 5. No, he's 6.
I didn't like playing with black dolls when I was little. I know.
That's crazy, right?
But
ain't nothing. Listen, you in the same boat as a lot of black people because of what they put on us.
No, but that's the thing, though. The only reason why it wasn't because they were black. Like for me, I was like, I don't look like that. I just want to play with the doll that I look like. And my family would buy me the black dolls, and I was born in 85, so when we're talking about that, they didn't have all the different range of complexions. So I'm like, I don't look like this doll. I look like this one. I don't have blonde hair, but I look more like this. And people really used to get upset when they saw me toting around this little white doll. And for me, I'm like, but why do I have to play with that doll? I don't look like that. I had a teacher once. We had to draw ourselves. I think I was in the 2nd grade. And I used like the little peach crayon to kind of color in me.
Right.
I was like, this is the one closest to me. And she told me I was wrong. I was supposed to use the brown crayon. And I was like, but why? I don't look like that. For me, it wasn't about black and white. I looked at everything as just
skin color,
like your actual complexion. Although I will say, my dad tells me, he's like, one day I took you to the store, baby girl, and I was going to buy you this doll. It was a black doll. He was like, and you were like, I don't want that doll. She's ugly. He's like, and it broke my heart because my father is dark skinned. He's like, it broke my heart. And I was like, what have I done to my child? Because I grew up in the suburbs. Like, we were one of like the only, like I was always one of few black people in the school. We were like the only black family on the block, like that sort of thing. But I was like, you know, Dad, for me, it was probably just the doll itself. You took it as a color thing, and I probably was just like, I don't like it, because I can remember having redhead dolls that were white dolls, and I was like, I don't like her. She's not cute. Like I had a certain look that I liked about my dolls.
It wasn't. I can't really speak on that, but I'm just like, that was in the hood. It just is what it is. It's what is instilled. Even in the hood, it was Barbies and white Barbies and stuff like that. And little girls would go get the white Barbie. And then, even though you was in the suburbs, that stuff was just damn near like that in the hood in the damn near sense. When I was like in a Boys and Girls Club or just looking at stuff, it was just like, it's just what you see on TV. The first thing you see on TV is going to be a white Barbie and stuff like that. You as a kid, you're looking at a toy. You're like, ooh, I want that.
Yeah.
Unless you can point out a black Barbie to me, I don't know. That happened in commercials, but it was like, white Barbie, I want that. Even as a black girl, like,
also, I think when I was
your parents would have to really be like, yo, I'm going to get you this black. Right, you still didn't understand it.
I think
you're right.
You ain't still understand it at that point.
Sisters,
it was like, all right.
If they was going to the store to get a Barbie, the store really ain't had black Barbies.
And they really didn't have them. Right. It was what was forced upon us.
Natural, just like, I want this down.
So I feel like it didn't have to do with the suburbs. It was already what they forced upon us. Yeah, it didn't matter. Suburbs or no suburbs.
Across the board.
It was across the board with
we
black
were being
people.
fed, this is what's right. This is what's, this is what's common. This is what everybody should aspire to be.
Right.
So, yeah. You're definitely right about that. Yeah. I'm just saying, for me, it was not a white or black thing.
Right.
I just wanted to play with a doll that looked like me. I told you,
we always had. I had that experience. I told you, I used to think my grandma was white, and it was just me being 4 or 5, not understanding. And I'd be like, yo, no, my grandma white. And she used to say that.
She was lighter, so she looked different than everybody else.
Different, right?
I never thought of that. And my grandma probably as light as your grandma. And I never thought.
You never thought of that, right? Well, you grew up on Hick Street. I'm sorry. Uncle. I don't want to put that out there, but you grew up on a crazy ass fucking block. You got a different.
It wasn't never like nobody hated their color.
Right.
Like you never thought about that.
I did.
You grew up on a crazy ass block.
People
there was more stuff going on there. I can say that.
People think every light skinned girl is like, I'm light skinned, I'm cute.
I never felt like that, so I
wanted to be darker. I wanted to be darker so bad. Like, this first chance I got to lay out in the summertime, I would lay out all day and just burn. Like, I've had... I've had sun poisoning from laying out. Just because, like, everybody else in my family had most of the people had more color than I did. Right. When you look at black culture as it's represented, or at least at one point in time on TV, like somebody like me, if I was in place or I was in charge, then you were still getting torn down. They only picked her because she light skinned. They only picked him because he's light skinned. So for me, I was like, well, if I get to be brown like everybody else, then I won't have to feel bad about being this way. Right. Like I could be in the cool. I don't have to prove myself. And then I always talked a little different, so it just, I definitely went through those identity issues, and I wanted to be different.
You see what we gotta go through as black people? This is crazy. I'm like a I don't want to say Carmel, pause. But I'm like a Carmel. She light as shit. He dark as shit. But we all just be going through shit. Period. I don't know. He didn't. But I'm gonna put it because for the block you came from, and we gonna get into that later. But we gotta get out of here. You want to say something?
Not at all.
You sure?
Yeah.
Before this fucking computer shut down?
I never had no color issues.
I know you didn't, nigga.
I don't really know too many.
I know for sure. I know a
color.
lot of people that had color issues. Like just identifying.
Right.
I didn't have to identify, but I had to identify with my grandma.
I never was black enough for anybody.
Yeah, no, I know.
I was never black enough for anyone.
Right. So we out of here before this computer shut down and is running low right now. Oh my Lord. We out. Peace. The Bid. Catch us on YouTube. Catch us on iTunes. Catch us on iHeart. We out.
Follow us on Real Just In Case page too.
Right.
It's the least.
Keep it slim.